Hello. Good morning. Oh my gosh, thank you Owen and Dreamy for the subscriptions. Hi. Hello OnlyFlans, Chozo, Keiko. I think I already said hello to Owen and Dreamy. Hello, good morning. You ready for some art? Oh my god, I don't even know if my brain can function right now. Good morning. Hello. It's me, Calico Pascal, the otter VTuber, streaming to you live from the Float Harbor Aquarium. Today we have a special stream. You're gonna have to forgive me because I'm gonna have to kind of move around a lot. My microphone is sort of leaning over, so that way you can hear me properly while I'm drawing. But that means I will have to kind of scooch around to be able to read and see what I'm doing on my screen. But hi! We are doing some hand cam traditional art. I don't know what possessed me with this idea. I guess just I haven't done a hand cam in well over a year and have not done a hand cam in between that time. So I was in the process of cleaning my enclosure and I found this little drawing that I had done that I'd never completed, and so I was like, oh, that'd be perfect. I could do that for stream. So that's what we're gonna do. I can see I kind of have the hand cam blocked right now by the schedule. That was on purpose, by the way, don't worry. I have it this way just so that way we can talk a little bit without me revealing anything quite yet. But oh my gosh, you guys, unrelated to me and unrelated to streaming, Tomodachi Life for the Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2, the Direct just came out this morning, right before I woke up. And so I tried to not look at anything on my social media because I don't want to get spoiled. I want to watch the Direct as is. I did even think what if we what if at the end the last 20, because the Direct is about 20 minutes. What if we do a React Andy? What if we just switch over just for a little bit? They called it Living the Dream. I know they're finally making my dreams real. I've been waiting 5,000 years for a new Tomodachi Life. And none of those other me games that came out in between, that doesn't count. Those are completely different games. I want specifically my slice of life with my little me's. I want to play God. I want them to do my bidding. So, maybe we'll see how far we get into the piece. I may just end up locking in and then totally forget about the Direct. But, yeah, I woke up a little bit later than normal, so I had to rush making my coffee and my breakfast, and while you guys were in the waiting room, I literally was just wolfing it down. So breakfast this morning was some coffee, no milk or anything, just black coffee, and then I had some cottage cheese with a little bit of strawberry puree, strawberry preserves, and then some Cheerios. Yum yum yum. Yeah, my main thought was I don't want to be crunching in the middle of this art stream because I'm eating cereal, and then two, if I let the cereal sit on top of the cottage cheese for too long, it's just going to be mushy and gross. So I just needed to eat it now. It had to be done now. But okay, maybe without further ado, let's take a look at what I have prepared for you today. I have my webcam up here. My shell phone is situated up where I normally have it, but I have it pointed towards where I will be working, just so that way I'm on screen, I'm moving around. I'm not I'm not a PNG this time. It's a hand cam with me actually being here, or in the flesh. And then I'm using my webcam, which is hooked to a mount, and actually the great news is so this mount that I have, it's just how do I describe it? You kind of clamp it onto the side of your desk or table, whatever you're using. And it's it's like a hooked arm, so you can adjust and you can play around with it quite a bit. I initially was gifted this to be able to watch phone and be on phone, scroll phone in bed. But I'm using it today for something a little more beneficial. Actually, the nice thing about this this hook, this arm, it has a little screw that my webcam also has a screw, so that way you could like attach it, and they're two separate things, but I was just lucky that the camera had a little like a place to actually hook onto something and screw in, so it is nice and secure to this rig. It's not quite perfect, it is still at a bit of an angle, but I figure, you know, it doesn't really matter too much. You've been here since 4 a.m. I saw your message. My goodness, Flans. Well, I hope you were able to get some good rest in between that time before 4 a.m. But let me show you what I've got today. Dun 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 dun. Wow! It's a big ol' shikishi board. Look at this. So if you don't know what a shikishi board is, it's kind of like a thick cardboard. Also, how's the audio? I hope the webcam is just displaying display, right? You don't hear like a double audio? I didn't even realize or ask to check. Audio's good? Okay, thank you. Yeah, so shikishi boards, you can get these for fairly cheap at your local Daiso, if you have a Daiso near you. I think you can also buy them on Amazon. But yeah, it's just like a cardboard. It's a signboard. Typically they're used for getting autographs and signatures, but lately in the past few years, people have been making art on them, which I thought was very cool. I am a little concerned. I don't know how the materials that I'll be using today, I don't know how well they'll react to the board, only because I previously have experience trying to do watercolor on the shikishi board, and it immediately started to kind of like pill and mess up the surface. So we'll see what happens, but I guess that's why we're testing things out, right? But yeah, traditional art. My goodness, this is as you can see, it is quite large. It is a big shikishi board. But Posca markers, I have only a limited set. These are, I think they're called like the pastel, yeah, soft colors, pastel. If you don't know what Posca markers are, they're basically just like acrylic paints in a marker form. So we're essentially painting, but we have the nice convenience of having it in a sealed container, so it's not gonna get everywhere. We don't need to use water. We don't need to use brushes or anything. It's all right here. So we're gonna be using these. I've been having fun using them lately. There's something about working with a limited color palette that I find very creatively engaging. I also have these black, white, and silver Posca markers, but I don't think I'll be... Probably the only one that I'll be using is the white one if I need an extra white. I have a white one in this soft color pack. I also have some Prismacolor pencils. Again, another limited palette, only 12 count. Let me open it up so you can see. Yo, color pencils! I figured these would add some nice texture. I've seen a lot of people do a lot of like multimedia pieces where they will just like use the Posca marker for like a base color, and then they'll just go in with the Prismacolor to add again some depth or some texture. I also have these liners, these pen liners. I got these years ago from like Target for pretty cheap, and they're still really good. So definitely worth the money. The cool thing is it has a built-in stand, so you can like kind of prop it up like so. Wow, look at that. Now it's standing up on its own. But yeah, so we got a couple of things to work with. Also got a pencil sharpener for those color pencils. You got Posca recently as a gift, and I haven't had the chance to crack them open yet. You should have some fun with them, play around. They're very, I didn't think I would like them as much, or I wasn't sure what my reaction would be to them. But the more that I use them, and once I figured out how they work, I found it very enjoyable. There's something that's very kind of soothing or like peaceful. It's very meditative because you'll put down like a layer of color and then you have to wait for it to dry. And so then while you're waiting for it to dry, you could either work on another area or you could, like, I don't know, do something else. I'll show you guys. I did this. It's not on a shikishi board, it's on a much smaller canvas, but I had these like little blank cards to draw on, and I made this one for Noni's birthday. So look, as you can see, this was all done again with pencil, the Posca markers, the same set that we're going to use today, and also those liners. No color pencil on this one, but I liked how this one turned out, and it was really, again, just a matter of working on different areas while you are waiting for the paint to dry. Oh, set it down here. Let me tilt it this way so you can get a good look. Yes, Noni! Yeah, something, again, so in terms of layering and how you would want to work with these, it's kind of like if you've ever worked with Copic markers. Copic markers, you typically tend to work from the back to the front if you're thinking about, if you've ever worked with an art program, in terms of like the layer order. So obviously with traditional you only have one single layer, but you would want to start with like the background and then maybe like the skin color of the character, and then you would do the eyes or the hair, or no, it would be hair first and then the eyes. So I guess you'll see what I mean when we start actually working on this piece. But let's get it started. Yeah, so this drawing here, I think I had initially planned to use Copic markers on it, but then I just never had the time after like drawing the sketch. And since I'm also limited on colors, we are gonna have to be, again, a little creative with the way that we use them. So I have like a little tester sheet too that I made, if it will focus. Yeah, you can kind of see. Sorry the lighting in here isn't the best. It's like, there's daylight, but it's not bright enough to really light my desk. And so I only have a single light source. So as you can see, here's the silver and the gold. The gold, I feel like, in the tester didn't turn out so gold-ish. It looks gold in some lighting, but not so much in others. The silver looks really good. And then these are some of the, that pastel palette colors testing. And then I also was trying out the fine liners next to them to see which ones were kind of close in, like, hue. So I have this as well over here. But let's get started. So I'm dilly-dallying too much. So I'm gonna start with the background. I was thinking of doing like a blue, just a blue sky. And if you can see in this drawing that I did for Noni, even though technically the skin color is just like straight up orange, it doesn't look too bad. Like somehow it still reads as like a skin color, which is really cool. So we'll probably be doing that for this piece too. So everybody will look like an Oompa Loompa today. Yeah, we generally, when you work with these, you want to give them a good shake. Actually, when you first open the pack, it tells you before you start using them, you're supposed to shake them and then like kind of press them into like whatever surface you're using to get the paint flowing in the marker. Something else to consider too, let's see, when you're working, you have to consider like the little spaces. So for the background, for example, there's a lot of like little areas where all of this right here, if you can see my finger, like this is all kind of like generally like one section of that would be blue, right? And then you have this area here, and probably this area here, oh right here, and right here. So if you can kind of breaking it up into smaller zones, it doesn't seem as bad. There's also this whole area like back here that we'll have to get to. So I'll try to keep it on camera as much as I possibly can. I also have this like spare envelope that I'll be using just to kind of like test. See, look at that, it came out quite easily. So let's start. I was also thinking of, it was an extra step I didn't really have time to do, but if you wanted to keep this like, this gold border probably nice and clean, you could probably use like washi tape, but it's such a thin border, I kind of don't want to do that. So maybe we can start with like a smaller space down here. Yeah, I kept my sketch pretty light, but it's still clear enough that you can see. And then, I mean, this is just a personal choice. I don't really mind too much to see the underdrawing. So on this Noni one, it's not too visible, but because the color is light, if we bring it up a little, you can see some of the pencil underlying the drawing, which again, totally up to you if you want to kind of clean it up a bit. So you may still see it underneath. Okay, maybe I'll do this like area here in the chin to start, because I don't know. Okay, well, so far so good. Thankfully, it doesn't seem like the shikishi board is falling apart just yet, which is nice. The other reason for starting off from the back and then doing whatever's in the front is because the thing that I really like about these markers, it's just a feature of them. Since it's paint, you can quite literally go over what you've done pretty easily. And the color will be pretty clear. So if you make a mistake, it's really easy to kind of touch up certain areas. Whereas if I was starting from, I don't know, front to back, it'd be a little bit more difficult. I am noticing right away though, I think because the shikishi board is kind of soaking up the paint pretty fast, you can kind of see the lines. Yeah, it's pretty visible, but that's okay. I'm sure there are other ways to go about it to make the colors a little more like uniform, kind of like, well, maybe it'd be easier to do it in a smaller zone, but I know that with color pencils, if you go in like a circular motion, that kind of will get rid of this like streaky look, if you're worried about that or you care. It's not a super big deal to me, but we can try it out. Let's see. Oh, this will be interesting. Looks like if you go over the lines pretty closely, they blend in a little bit better. I think because I was working in a larger area for that first zone, it ended up looking a little more streaky rather than this, which is a little more uniform. Yeah, like look at the comparison between... Oh, maybe you'll see it a little bit more as it starts to dry out. This in comparison to this. But interesting, we're learning something. Then I'm gonna turn this around this way. Oh, wait. Alright, let's see. This is a big zone, so maybe I'll try to break it up a little bit smaller. Like down here, and then this whole area. Let's see if I can do it. I'm turning this a lot to make this a little more easy for me to see as well. See if I had put the washi tape on the gold border, it would make it a little bit easier so I wouldn't have to worry about getting paint over it. It looks like because the Shikishi board is taking the ink very well, it's drying pretty fast, like I'm not getting any residue. So do keep in mind that sometimes you may be working, it is paint, so you might get a little bit on the side of your hands or on other things if you're not careful. Alright, this big area I'm kind of concerned about, so we'll do our best. So weird to look at this upside down. I hope everyone's having a good morning. Oh my god, that... See, here's an example. Like, the shape of this umbrella looks like kind of wonky with the way that I've outlined it, but we can simply just go over it with the paint. Okay, let's see if we can turn this around. Oh my gosh. I am sweating! Ah. Don't want to mess up the nice gold border. But I feel like lately too, I've, even when I've made mistakes, there's something about working with traditional stuff where you kind of have to just go into it knowing that the things are kind of permanent, you know? It makes me think a little bit less. I'm not as, you know, I still try to make a nice piece, but I've been trying to work on being a little more forgiving with myself if I mess something up, or not going over it so much. I used to have this problem where when I was doing traditional art as a young otter, I would be doing line art for something, for a piece, and then if the line art wasn't clean to where I wanted it to be, I would, you know, try to fix it by adding some thickness to it, but then it would end up becoming like super thick in one area, and then my line art just looked like really chunky. Oh boy. Oh, Oh, see, here's an example of where, like, if you were gonna put your hand down in this area, because I just put down this paint, it's gonna be wet. So we can kind of try to cover it up a little so I don't get paint on my wrist. Or on the palm of my hand. Hopefully it doesn't, like, take up the wet paint, though, from the board. Oh my god, this area is so big, it's like... Okay, I'm gonna turn this again. Something else you have to be careful with too, if the paint is wet and you put down something on top of it, you want to make sure that you don't put that thing on something else, because if it's still wet, you know, you might get it on you or on other things without realizing. Hopefully it won't warp the board. So far it seems to be taking it very well. I'm wondering if it's because it's a little bit thinner than just using like straight up water. I was trying to use watercolor on it in the past, and it made yeah, exactly as you said, Keiko, it was warping the board. But this seems to be just like surface level wet and not soaking in. I also find lately that I enjoy seeing kind of like the paint strokes or the texture of art in traditional art pieces. So I've learned to embrace it. I was also worried that with such a big area that I was gonna run out of paint, but it seems like I don't have to worry about that. The marker is doing really well. Oh, sorry, can't really see what I'm doing here. I'm getting up in the corner. Although the strokes are gonna look silly because it's starting to go diagonal instead of just straight. But whatever. Yeah, you can kind of see I tried to make this little area clean, but I've gone over the border a little bit. Pretty, thank you. But we still have this whole area down here to color blue as well. So let's see. Would it be like... Let me try outlining this area. Yeah, it took some time, but I've been gradually getting myself more and more into doing traditional art pieces. I used to be someone who only did traditional art long ago, and then quickly switched over to doing digital art because that was the thing that was booming. And then kind of left traditional work behind, except for like school stuff, I suppose. But yeah, refinding the joy in doing traditional art again has been really nice. It's nice to be able to dig up the old pen and paper, and it forces you again to kind of just accept the way things are if you make a mistake. Yeah, I was initially worried that we would be waiting a little bit for the paint to dry, but it's drying so fast I don't think that's going to be an issue. Also, Posca markers in terms of cost, fairly cheap, or like pretty affordable. And I think as the trend of acrylic-based markers have increased, I've started to see some other like acrylic paint marker brands pop up here and there. It's funny, I feel like when I was younger, I used to also think like, you know, people would be showing off pieces that they've done with like these really nice art supplies, and you'd be like, gosh, I have to get those really fancy art supplies too, so that way I can make good art. And then I would save up all my money, and then I would buy said expensive art supply, and then in the end it would just end up collecting dust because I'd be too scared to actually work with it. Or like, you know, you took so much time to save the money to use it. Now it's like, oh, if you don't make good art on it, it's a waste. So I have now accumulated like a lot of art supplies that have been untouched for many years, that are finally getting to see the light of day. I actually find I have shifted over. Now I kind of, unless I know for sure that I'm gonna use it, I kind of refuse to spend a lot of money on art supplies, because if I feel less pressured about it, then I'll actually use it. Like these color pencils that I showed off earlier, it was a gift from my work for my birthday several years ago, and I've been using them way more because they were just like a small little pack of fairly affordable markers. A good lesson for life. Oh, that's good. Yeah. I mean, it seems like, in general, that kind of thing could be applicable in a lot of places. But yeah, here we go. So as you can see, maybe it's more streaky here because the pen wasn't quite accumulated yet, or I didn't know how to really work with it, but these areas look a lot more smooth. I mean, the streaks are showing up kind of prominently on camera, but in comparison to like this area here, it's not as clean. And it looks, in person, it definitely looks a lot smoother. I'll just say that. Alright. So then, in terms of order here, I could probably do some, to make this like glass look transparent up here, I could also do some blue. So let me see, if I want the drink to kind of be like here, I guess, without getting in the way of some of these other things. I could do this. So let's try. I have, again, a white Posca marker, so I was probably looking to use that for the glass. But I'll start off by doing some of the see-through parts. go. I know it looks kind of thick, but we'll adjust and fix it as we go. Okay, now I think if we're thinking in terms of layer again, the bottom of the umbrella, like the inside, you would probably want to do first and then do the top over that. So let's see. I am going to set aside this blue marker for now. Ugh, excuse me. I think I want, see, this cherry is going to be red, then this starfruit's going to be like yellow and green. So maybe this could, maybe the inside could be like, the bottom of the umbrella could be orange, and then the top could be yellow. I'm thinking like this kind of color, this orange for the inside, and then this yellow for the umbrella. I think that would work. Again, orange. Hello Plasma, welcome. You get some traditional art ASMR too. Okay. Let's see. Actually don't know how, like little cocktail umbrellas, they don't have like that typical like big umbrella shape. They're a little bit more flat. So I'm wondering if I should just go straight in and then I can just fix whatever I want with the yellow on top. Like this. Nope. Does still look a little wonky, but trust the process. Let's see. So the brim of the hat I also wanted to be blue, but I thought maybe to kind of break up the shape a little bit, I could have this inner area, like the deeper area. Oh, excuse me. The inside would be like purple, like the shadow, and then you have the blue here, and probably again blue here to show the dimension of the brim. So in that scenario, just because I don't want to go over with the paint like too much, I'm gonna try to break it up a little bit in terms of the shape. Ren! Wow, thanks for following! Hello! Welcome to the Float Harbor Aquarium. So maybe like this, or maybe that's too much. Something like this. Yeah, Posca markers. They're really great, and I'm discovering that they're actually very nice on Shikishi board. Yeah, so maybe this inner area of the hat could be like purple, and then we'll do the rest of this in blue, and then also the rim here in blue. Their smells are pretty good. You know, I haven't taken a whiff, but I wouldn't doubt if they smell quite delicious. Oh, and also see down here, because we have the starfruit in front of the cherry, you would probably want to start with the cherry first, and then do the starfruit. So, wow, another follow. Hello, welcome. Thank you for following. I'm gonna take this. This is red. That'd be this red color, and use that for the cherry. thick of the umbrella too, which I didn't even consider. Maybe it's going into the fruit. It doesn't have to be all the way into the glass. I'll figure it out when we get there. Though I guess I could show that the cherry is also kind of like on the glass in this way. The drawing looks good already. Thank you. Yeah, it was something I had roughed out probably sometime last year and then stored it away because I was like, I'll get around to it later, and then never did. But today is a day. we're getting to it now. So I would also do the stem of the cherry, but because the stem goes in front of the hair, I kind of want to do the hair first and then do the cherry stem. So we'll wait a second. What else can we do? So again, thinking in terms of layers, I mean, we could also start doing the starfruit, or we could also start doing the skin, because the skin is pretty separated from the hat, so we don't have to worry too much about the hair. Oh, sorry, you're not even seeing what I'm pointing at. So, in terms of like layers of what goes in front of what, skin would probably be the base first, because it's in its own secluded area down here, and then hair would come probably after we've done the hat as well, at least the brim of the hat. Then we can do the hair, and then some of these other accessories, so like the flower or the hair stuff, and then also the eyes and the mouth and the necklace and the clothing. So let's see, if we're gonna do the skin, remember I said we're working with a limited palette, so unfortunately, or fortunately, I will be using orange for my skin color. Oh yeah, and then we could also do, well see, this part's a little bit different. So rather than thinking of like, oh, I'm gonna do all of the skin, I guess you technically could, but at least in terms of, again, the layer, these fingers out here, you would want to save for later because you still have to do whatever's inside the glass first. But this one, which is in the back, we could do this thumb here behind it. So let's do that. Alright, so then the skin, wow, we're getting to the skin already. It's kind of wild. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna break this up into areas again so we're not having to worry too much about trying to keep all of the big areas like consistent. So I'm going to cap off some of these areas here. You might be able to fix it if it's a little too much. Oh gosh, see? I did it. I went right over the paint and now it's like getting in all these other areas. No! So yeah, like I said, you gotta kind of watch out for that. Prime example of this happening. Okay, so yeah, especially if the paint is pooling in areas, then it's more prone to getting on things, including yourself. Okay, this marker, I can see it's definitely a lot more watery than the blue. So I have to be a little more careful. Oh boy. Trying to turn this in a way where I can work on it easily. Let's not get paint everywhere. Yeah, we might have to wait a little bit for this one to dry. Again, it's such a large area, so this is gonna be a little bit more difficult to keep like even layers. Oh yeah, I can also see that because it's a little bit more watery, the board is starting to pill more than what it was doing in the blue areas if I go over it too much, so try to be quick with this. Wow! Yeah, see, again. Just getting big globs of paint all over me. Okay, let's turn this a little bit. And because I'm trying to work quicker, I can see I'm missing some little areas. Okay. His face is done. Oh, hi Leah. Welcome. Good morning. Oh man. Yeah, I got some paint on me. And this might... On the camera it looks okay, but in person I can see... Maybe it's because it's still in the process of drying, but it does look a little bit streaky. Ugh. So let's see if we're gonna start going down here. Oh wow, we're only an hour in. We're, like, making good progress. I guess that's kind of also another benefit of working with these markers, is you're kind of forced to work fast. Okay, I have these little areas in between the necklace here, so we can do that. if I mess up, it's not really a big deal because I'll just go over it with another marker. Oh, I think this should have been, this little area could have been blue. But let's see. Okay. I'm gonna try to break this up again into little spaces as much as possible. Yeah, I've also had some other ideas for future traditional art streams. So, I mean, this is working a lot more smoothly than I was anticipating. So, I guess we have more traditional art streams to look forward to in the future, for sure. Okay, this area here. Right, and then we have the shoulder area here. I'm gonna do this. And there we go. It's like we got most of the skin down. We are missing these fingers here, but yeah, looking pretty good. You just gotta let the skin dry a little bit more. Maybe I'll touch up these like little areas that I missed. There we go. But yeah, see all these little specks of paint that are outside of the area that I initially wanted? Not a problem. We're just gonna go over it again with more paint. But while that's drying, maybe we can come back to this area here, because I was thinking, oh, I guess this green is kind of dark. Maybe I'll just use another orange. I was gonna do initially like green for the like peel of the starfruit, but it's not like as yellow green as I would want. And I haven't tried going over with paint, so like I guess we could test it right now and see what happens. I think ideally you'd probably want to go in with the darker color first if you were trying to get like some kind of opaque look, but I think the problem is because it's acrylic, I think if I just do a lighter color over this, it's just gonna be straight up the color. Like I don't think it's gonna be clear enough. So let's see. Yeah. Oh, I guess that's not too bad. You can kind of, if it will focus, You can still kind of see the darker color underneath with the primary on top, but I guess maybe it depends on how like thick you layer on the paint. Let's see if it'll focus. Okay, it doesn't want to really do it, but yeah, it seems like if you really tap it on, it'll just be the color, whatever color you're using. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna use orange then, which is fine because this bottom of the umbrella is orange too. So, if I go and add the rim of the peel, it's not gonna be too bad, and we can always separate them with like a color pencil or with a liner. So I'll probably have to bring out the starfruit a bit to make it a bit thicker. Ooh. Let's see, we could also, well, like I said, I want to do the hat brim first before I start with the hair. Hair is probably going to be in yellow. And yeah, I want to do, I mean, I could leave some space if I wasn't too concerned about going over it. Right here, see where this necklace kind of goes under the hair. I was thinking you would want to do the hair first, and then do the necklace, but you could, I think if you were just careful, you could probably just go around it. Or even, because this hair is pretty separated from this area, so you could do the hair here in this little zone, and then let it dry before coming to this one, and then doing the hat. So let's test it out. Yeah, with the lighter colors for sure you can see the pencil underneath, but maybe that adds some charm, some hand-drawn charm, you know? Actually come back here. This little area in between the necklace should be blue. This little zone here. Alright, slowly coming together. Yeah, I wanted to add the purple here. What I discovered though is that even though in my mind I would typically use purple for the shadow of the blue, these values are like so close together that when you see them kind of side by side, it doesn't really look like a shadow. But we can probably do our best to fix it. So let me see, where's my purple? Nope. on the space here, so I'm trying my best. I guess I could have done blue first and then add the purple, but whatever. I don't know about you guys, but I'm also one of those people where, like, if I have set rules that I need to follow, like, every single part of it needs to be following that order. And once you go off a little bit, it's just kind of like, oh god, what do I do? So while we wait for that little purple band to dry, I can come back here to work on this starfruit. Wow. Looking good. Okay, so now the brim of my hat is blue, and so what I was thinking to be able to differentiate between, like, oh, the bottom of what's under the brim and then, like, kind of the edge or, like, the top part, I might just have to use, like, a liner to separate them out. Because I don't have many different blue colors, I only have the one blue. So this whole area is gonna be, like, all blue, and then we'll have to kind of draw in the separation. Probably using, I don't know, white or a liner, like I was saying. And then, yeah, again, between this blue and then the blue of the brim, I'd have to do another line here to show that they are, so just so they don't blend in. Okay, you could add some line hatching with another color. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Probably using my color pencils, I'll separate them, separate the spaces a little bit more. But now I'll just kind of do this. So this is what happens when you have to consider, again, the layers, because now this blue is just going right over the purple, and I'm gonna have to clean up the line a little bit more. I've been pleasantly surprised though with how smooth this this blue Posca has been. But you can see though, because it's such a large space again, it's kind of streaky where they meet. Didn't quite plan this very well. There we go. Yay. Got to fix this area here, but looking pretty good. Ta-da. Alright. Yeah, see how the purple just kind of like sticks out? It doesn't really look like a shadow so much. Yeah, so maybe adding some texture or like making it darker using the color pencils will help with that. You can smell the summer beach air from seeing this? Good. As you should. I actually was considering, again, it's not the like light green that I would like. But I was considering making the juice like green, but because it's like such a dark green, I'm worried it's not gonna look like the way that I want it to. Maybe I should make it a different color. Maybe it could be I don't know. I'll think about it a little bit more. But I do want to do these other areas of hair here. Oh, I almost grabbed the wrong color. I thought I've been typing, I've just been typing in my head. It's okay, I've done that before too. I've definitely been listening to someone talk, and in my head I'm like responding to them, but then I realize like I'm not actually speaking. I've done that so many times. It's okay. Whew, excuse me. Yeah, let's see. I can break this up into this. And see, because we did blue for the background, it'd be really easy to kind of go back in and fix whatever I don't like with the hair here. Again, not worried so much about the pencil lines that you can see, because we can easily go over it. We're gonna do this area here. I felt like a cold touch and I was like, oh no, is the paint still wet? But no, it's good. Sorry if I go non-verbal, I'm just like locking in. There you go. Yay! Oh, a 3-minute ad break. Okay. Well, I mean, thankfully, I'm kind of just filling in spaces, so I'm not talking too much for anybody who's not already subscribed. You got a filter Seribot from the Stream Elements chat. I mean, it's okay. I don't mind that it's letting people know about the ads, personally. Also gotta do my clothing down here, which is also gonna be yellow. I would try to like draw out where the stripes would go, but I'm kind of too lazy to do that, so we're just gonna do that with the white Posca marker later. I'm just gonna fill in the whole area with yellow. Checking the time. We got about 30 minutes before I have to end here. So, worst case scenario, we have to come back to this piece later, but at least the paint will have a chance to really dry. I think we can definitely probably get most of the base colors down. That break is finishing, yippee! Welcome back to anyone who was locked out. Here I go. Alright. Yeah, I definitely messed up here. I want to touch it up with the white later. But let's see. Thinking for my eyes, they're like a reddish brown, so I was probably just gonna use red. Might look a little insane, but I promise it'll be fine. Maybe, well, yeah, let's just do red. I think red for the eyelids as well. Probably be okay. Now dry. We can also do these my hair pieces. Yeah, again, this green is just so dark green. I don't really want to use it on the lighter green areas, or places where I would want lighter green. for the time being, I'll probably just use blue. Or, well, let me think about it. I do want to see how it compares to the rest of the colors, because, like, look at how, like, it worked perfectly for Noni, because Noni's hair is like a mintish green, but with the rest of this palette, like, this green doesn't seem too out of place, whereas here it's a little bit more difficult. Yeah. Please don't be wet. I missed a like little section of skin actually right here. Also right here, but yeah, something like that. See, it's so dark. Such a dark green. Yeah, and the flower I was thinking definitely red. But maybe I should do pink? I don't know, pink or red. I like how bright this pink is. But the red, like, look at this cherry, it's just so like, yummy. I'll just do red, and then, I don't know, we'll see, I'll figure it out. Yeah, I think it'd be nice because then you have red on the eyes, and then red here. Where's my red? Trust the process. I know it looks a little crazy right now. But we'll get it there. Trust. Scary. To move some of these markers out of the way. Is this dry? Yes. Did you know that the hibiscus, this flower, is one of my favorite flowers? The red looks so good. Yay! I'm glad. Oh boy. Okay, so... There you go. Ta-da! Wow. Oh my god, we're getting there. Yeah, I really want to touch up this like area here. What else can I do? Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was concerned about how dark this green is, but maybe I'll just make it green anyways, just so you can differentiate between the seashell and the star. I guess we'll see what color pencils I have that we can kind of use. Also, I realized just now I had this text ready, and I didn't have it up the entire stream. My bad. Whoopsies. In case anyone was curious, but we might not even get to the Prismacolor part. It's not too shabby. You can't even... It doesn't even look that different on camera, but one is green, one is blue. Anyways, to fix up this area here. Brought out the yellow because I want to start doing the umbrella. tangents. No. Oh. It is what it is. So I'm thinking, what if I was like, oh, we could make the juice of blue, but everything else is already blue, so I don't want to do that. And then green again is like way too dark. I think maybe pink juice, and then where you would see the hand would be in red. That might work. Okay, we will do that. So I guess then pink would have to go first. There, pink. Pink. Yeah, this is what the pink looks like again, for reference. So it's nice and bright. And then I like that we would be able to use, to show the transparency of the hand holding the glass. You can make this part red. And then the inside here is going to be all red to show like the hand holding the glass. Hopefully it actually turns out the way that I'm imagining it. Okay. Again, we can just kind of fix the shapes here if this isn't exactly how I want it. The fingers. I know art's always meant to be kind of just like, it's however you want to go about it, but I feel like I'm the kind of methodical person in that I try to plan the steps ahead of time. So for example, it's like, oh, I knew I was gonna have this part, this area be a certain color, and then this area was gonna be a different color, you know? when you watch someone draw, kind of see their thought process, or watching their thought process is always really interesting. Okay, now we can clean this edge up with the blue. And then if I need to clean up this area, I just use the white Posca marker. There you go. It's looking a lot cleaner now. Now we can do the fingies. And these fingies here. Red dried also pretty fast, which is nice. Voila! Yay! Base colors are more or less put in. Yeah, see this area, this white area was gonna be my hat. So we didn't have to worry about that part too much. Though I do need to clean it up a little. Here. Pretty, thank you, Twy. Also, good morning. Yeah, it's again, trust the process. It doesn't look like much yet, but we are breaking it down. Definitely want to clean up this the strap of my shirt a little. But we'll come back to this. Maybe we can start. Let's see. I do want to add. It's called the stamen, or is it the pistil? I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it's the stamen of the flower. Kind of like up here, which I think should work fine. think that looks better. Yay! Ugh. It is very exciting to kind of watch it slowly become a whole piece. Okay, let's see, do I want to do... I want to add some shine to the eye, but I'm wondering if I should do pink or yellow. And then the underside should be purple. Or I guess I could make it blue. I typically do blue. Oh, what if I did purple and then blue? Decisions. You can do purple and then blue. Ah, you can hardly see it. Purple's fine. Ah! See, now it's going out a little bit. There we go. And then maybe we could do maybe yellow with a little bit of pink. I think that's what I would like. Wow, it looks like a little sunset. I do like that. Where's my blue? There it is. Well, that looks pretty good on camera. Nice. Yay! Alright. Yeah, this part is gonna keep bothering me until I fix it, so let's take that white Posca and clean it up a little. Oh, looks like we are just on time too. I'm gonna have to end here in a couple minutes. So I want to say again, thank you so much for all your support this past month. I didn't really think I would hit these milestones so fast, and 3 years passed kind of very quickly. But I've been having a lot of fun, and I'm glad that I can try to do more stream content for you guys. I know two streams a week doesn't seem like a lot, but it's like double than what you were previously getting for the past 3 years. Yeah, so I think, obviously, oh, excuse me, we will have to come back to this piece at another time to add a little more detail. But so far so good, I think. for sure I would like to return to this piece when we have more time. And yeah, this purple, this bright purple is gonna bother me because it doesn't look like a shadow. But otherwise, I'm pretty happy with the way it's turning out so far. So I don't have, unfortunately, the schedule for February just yet, but be on the lookout for it. I will try to plan something. Definitely doing another hand cam traditional art stream, finishing this up, is on that list for sure. And what else I want to say? Unfortunately, no. As much as I would love to do a reaction to the Tomodachi Life Direct, I'm most likely gonna have to just listen to it while I'm getting ready for work. I gotta get ready now. But I hope these streams these past few weeks have been enjoyable, and I hope that it is a good sign of like future content that you can expect from me and more to come. So once again, thank you for all the support. Thank you for the gifted subs. Thank you for the follows. I'm looking forward to making this my year this year. Let's go 2026. Let's go. So let's find out who can we raid. I know there were, oh, I guess they're not live yet. We still have a couple minutes, but there were at least like 2 people that I was eyeing in terms of raids. So I guess we'll just wait for them to go live before we say goodbye here for real. I'm gonna start using the white to kind of block in the shine. The eye. Hey, look at that. Not bad. And then I was suggesting adding a little pink to probably like these yellow areas. Or maybe just like up here. Or over here. I'm not sure. Haven't decided. But yeah, I think it's turning out quite good. Happy with it so far. And yeah, I think really, I wish I had, or maybe again, it could have just been the fact that the marker hadn't started loosening up, but yeah, this streaky area in comparison to this, which looks a lot more consistent. Perhaps it's just a show of I didn't have my bearings out yet. It's cute. Aw, thank you, Leah. Yeah, I was considering doing the shadows in blue, or I didn't want to go too hard on the shadows, but if I was gonna add shadows, maybe blue. Maybe. Let's see if there's anything else I can kind of do while you guys are still here before I ship you off to someone else. Maybe we can, let me see, do a little more. I never got to use these yet because we were just using all the Posca paint. But do I have, I don't. I have this rose salmon. I don't know how that will look on the orange though. Like, this is the orange for the skin. So if I'm doing like this, like that just looks more or less like more orange. I don't know how well it's gonna show up on the cheeks. But actually, that could be potentially what I want. also have I have a couple blues. Oh, here's like a green. I wonder how that would look on this. Oh, more or less again looks kind of the same. I think. Oh, yeah, it's too close that if I'm trying to go over the paint, you can't even see it. So maybe it would be good for adding some depth, like shading for this green. Oh, okay, now it's 10. Let's see if they are live. Go to Twitch. Are the people that I was waiting for, are they online yet? No. I had a feeling this would happen too, because I saw on their schedules, they were like, oh, we're gonna go live at 10, but I didn't think they would go exactly live at 10. I guess, well, they'll go live in a little bit, right? Hopefully. It would just be so much more convenient though if they were if they were live. And I don't really want to wait for them. Or I can't afford to wait too much. More time to hang out. We can wait a few minutes. Okay, give them like up until I give them like 4 more minutes. Four more minutes, and then if neither of them show up on time, I will send you to someone who is actually live right now. You can see like down here, because the bottom of my hair is kind of like bluish. Definitely using a color pencil in this area would be good to kind of differentiate from the blue of the background. I had even considered leaving some white space for clouds, but I wasn't sure like how that would read, since you also have the white of the hat here. So maybe I could still go over the blue with the white Posca marker. And since the white, unless I layer over it a lot, might be kind of see-through or like opaque-ish. Oh, are they live? Let me see. Refresh. Nope, still offline. They still have 2 more minutes. And then, yeah, down here for the soda, I wanted to add some, using the white Posca marker, some like bubbles. But I'm kind of wondering if I should maybe use the colored pencil first to add a little more like texture before trying to go in with the paint. Soda! A purple color pencil. This is just straight up like red. Yeah. I would want probably like a purple or a blue. This is like a... Oh, that's really dark. I don't know if I want it that dark. This is also kind of blue. Oh, it's really dark. Could I potentially use this light blue over the red? I wonder if that would look good. I guess it kind of... It's okay. It looks kind of purpley. Okay, these guys have one more minute before I raid into somebody else. And I think I tried this green earlier, but I don't know what it looks like on top of red. It's still kind of dark. Yeah, like look at that. It doesn't look very appealing, in my opinion. Maybe going actually with a lighter color on top of the Posca would look okay. So if I used like this orange. You can't really see that though. It's the color of the paint is just too dark. Okay, it's 10:05. Where are these people? They're still not live! No! Okay, so we're gonna raid then someone who is live. So this is... I'm gonna send you to... Oh wait, let me check how long they've been live for. Oh, they just started. It's like... Okay, so they're good. Good. I'm gonna send you to Shio. Victoria. So Shio is another longtime mutual of mine from Twitter. They are a jellyfish VTuber. So go in and say hello to them. There we go. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Please keep an eye out for February's stream schedule. I don't have too much in mind right now. And have a good rest of your day. Thanks for joining me again. It was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed watching. And I'll see you all next time. Okay? Bye-bye.